Ruben Amorim just gets it, doesn't he? Every single interview he does, post-match reaction he does, press conference he's done so far, he's almost got everything spot on. He's getting the media on side. In terms of a manager, in terms of his communication, his understanding, you cannot fault him. He highlights every issue. He says it how it is. And I love it. And the players apparently can relate to him because of the age. And he's a great communicator, which is something I think Ten Hag maybe lacked. But we're not only here to talk about what Ruben Amorim has said. He speaks about United's biggest problems, the Europa League game, things he needs to solve. And we also have Ruud van Nistelrooy getting a job at Leicester City. We've also got transfer news on Kvaratskhelia. We've got an injury update on Yoro Martinez Maguire. Amorim highlighting long-term plans. And we're going to discuss if all Manchester United players should be up for sale, because that's one thing going about, that all Man United players are up for sale until Amorim has assessed them after 15 games and decided otherwise. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your 10-minute Manchester United news show. Please do go ahead and hit that like button if you do enjoy this video, and of course feel free to subscribe down below if you are new. We are so close to 100k, less than 2,000 away. But Ruud van Nistelrooy is the new manager of Leicester City. Well deserved. I think he was deserving of a Premier League job. Did a good job at PSV. Only had 4 games at United, but was good in those 4 games. The players seemed to connect and get on with him well. And in those 4 games, 2 of them were against Leicester, where he absolutely battered Leicester. So if you're Leicester City, you're thinking, this Man United side that was getting battered by every other manager and out-tacticked by every other manager was out-tacticking us. That was a weird accent. Out-tacticking us. Out-tacticking. I don't know if that's a word, to be honest. So, it makes sense for Ruud van Nistelrooy to go there. So, clap to him. But let's get into our manager, Ruben Amorim. So, also, random question for anyone in the comments. Bodo/Glimt. Is that the full name of the club? Or is it Bodo and then Glimt? And you can call it one or the other. Or is it literally Bodo/Glimt? And is it said like that? I don't know. Anyone knows, let me know. But let's get into this. Amorim said on Bodo/Glimt, they're a team that's used to winning. They've actually been really good in the Europa League. We should beat them, but they've been good in the Europa League and they seem to win nearly all their game. They're a team that are used to winning. They run a lot, and that's something I want my team to experience. And this is why I want to talk about this particular quote. This team, Bodo/Glimt, they run a lot, and that is something I want my team to experience. Why beat Manchester City 4-0? Because Tottenham outrun Manchester City. Gundogan could not get back in the defensive transitions. He did not have the legs. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, the legs had been gone from that City midfield. You look at Liverpool, Real Madrid. Liverpool beat Real Madrid 2-0. Liverpool dominated the midfield. McAllister's legs are more powerful than Modric. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool outrun Real Madrid. Liverpool beat us 3-0 at our own ground. Tottenham beat us 3-0 at our own ground. They both outrun us. Running might sound simple, but your team's ability to run, fitness and cover ground is so important in football, particularly in this era of football, the modern game. I think one of the reasons Man City have been struggling is due to the lack of legs in midfield. Now, versus Feyenoord, they actually moved Núñez into a more central and they looked a lot better in midfield, and then they bottled it in the last 10 minutes. And I think one of the reasons Man City have dropped off is because of the lack of legs in their midfield. Kovacic isn't a ground coverer, but he's probably the best one they've got. Núñez is probably the best at ground coverage. Gundogan isn't. Bernardo Silva, he's dropping off a bit with age. I think, Ruben Amorim is right. The reason that Sporting was so good is because of how hard they worked. He said the teams he's playing runs a lot and he wants his team to experience that. We did a video the other day where we went through United statistics and we run a lot less than every other team nearly. The only teams we've outrun this season was Chelsea and Fulham in those 2 games. Other than that, every other team has outrun us. And Ruben Amorim knows that Man United need to run more. He needs players that are able to run more. And he said that multiple times. He said, we are Manchester United. We have to win every game, but I expect a difficult game. The fact that they run a lot, he expects a difficult game. We all expect a difficult game. 100%. And here are some comments that I made just based off this week. Ruben Amorim quickly identified United's key challenges. He's highlighted the team's lack of running, athleticism and physicality, citing the Ipswich match. After the Ipswich match, he said in the first half we lacked the physicality. Ipswich completely outrun us, and he subbed Gatti on, and we got a bit better because we had those legs in midfield. He called for better decision-making, but said he can't coach that, which is true. We need to make better decisions in the final third versus Ipswich. We kept going back when we had opportunities to go forward, and he emphasised that this is a long-term thing, and we might have to struggle in the short term to get where we want to be in the long term, because if he fixes the short-term problems this time next year, we will have progressed like he wanted to, and we'll be in the situation this time next year. So we need to go through some short-term pain for some long-term game, essentially. And I said that Amorim has quickly identified United's issues. He knows the team needs more athletic players and a few key signings to address the gap. It's encouraging how swiftly he's addressed the situation. He's now focused on profiling the players correctly and getting the best out of them. Comments like Ahmad needs to be closer to goal is what we're all thinking after the match versus Ipswich, and he comes out and says it. In his press conference, he said Ahmad is someone that needs to be closer to goal, because he does. He's too good to be that far back. He needs to be closer to goal. He was our biggest threat. And Amorim's job now is to profile the players and get the best out of the players he has, but he'll know what he needs in the summer. And Amorim even said this: in every training session and match, you realise what the players do best, what position suits them best, and I have to try to be simple. I don't want to give them lots of information, but I know how to calm things down when given and give them simple things. Amorim is essentially saying right now it's looking at the players and finding out what position and roles suit them best, so I can set up my team as best as possible. Profiling the players correctly, something that Ten Hag failed to do. This is what Amorim's got to do. And once he does that, he's going to get the best out of them, and then he's going to know how to further improve the squad by probably bringing in a left wing back, probably bringing in someone that can score goals, probably bringing in some midfielder for legs and some centre back for depth. There's at least 4 signings. The 4 signings that come to my mind would be Baliba, Alphonso Davies, Branthwaite, and Mateus Cunha. Gyökeres is also another one. Now, I saw this on the One Football app. They're all up for sale. Colin Moore's devastating analysis of Ruben Amorim's United squad. And I wanted your guys' thoughts on this. Are they all up for sale? I think that every single player, Casemiro, Ahmad, Rashford, whoever it is, at this point in time, should be available for sale until the time where Amorim has played them for 15 to 20 games, and they've proven that they can produce consistent 9 out of 10 performances, he told Courtside. I mean, 9 out of 10 is pushing it a bit, but at least a 7 out of 10. When Xerxes first came in, it was great. He's the future. He's ball playing, ball carrying, number 10. Can get in the box, and he's already dropped off a cliff. He was really good in the Southampton game, Xerxes. He was really good in the Crystal Palace game, Xerxes. When he got subbed off, we got worse, and now Xerxes is not having an impact. The reality is, I could pick out any name at United that you could build around, but I'd be lying to myself if I said I can guarantee these guys will be relevant in 20 to 25 games. And I think he's got a point. But my question is every player up for sale? Because for me, Ahmad isn't up for sale, but actually, every single player right now should be treated as if they're up for sale until they've proven otherwise. Now, Ahmad and Masraoui and Onana made a point in Amorim's first game, and Amorim will be thinking, oh, I like them. But I think every Man United player almost has to have a sale thing above their head. And 2 Ruben Amorim's played 15, 20 games as United manager, seen what they've done, and they have to earn their place to stay. I think that is probably the way we should approach it. I don't think we will, because I don't think we've got the money to do that. We haven't got the money to sell everybody and buy a complete new squad. But I think it's the point that nobody's safe. Everybody's got to prove themselves. I think that's a good way to go forward with United. In terms of transfer plans as well, we said that United is serious about signing Napoli's Kvaratskhelia, and United are ready to tempt him from his 5-year contract at €8 million net per season, including 1 million in easily achievable bonuses. Now, is this the best source of information? No. Is getting Kvaratskhelia going to be a nightmare? Yes. Napoli, they will not sell him to us for a good price. Napoli are not a team that you can buy players off easily. I like Kvaratskhelia. I take Kvaratskhelia in an absolute heartbeat. He's an athletic monster. He's a fantastic player. He can cover ground. Look what he does for Georgia. He can do it in a good team. He can do it in a bad team. I think he's a fantastic player, Kvaratskhelia. Absolutely talented player. I take him over Rafael Leao. I take him over so many other players. But I don't think we're going to get him. They talk about the money here. Whenever an article's talking about the money, I think agent leak. Kvaratskhelia wants a higher contract, wants a better wage. We'll link him to United, say that United are going to pay this so he gets a better deal elsewhere. I think when they include wages, agent leak. Do I want Kvaratskhelia? Absolutely. Do I think we get him? No, because it's impossible to buy players off Napoli. Talking of other news, Amorim said this: we have a lot of games, so we have to rotate the team. It's something we have to do and we need to do, and that's good for the team, especially at this moment. We're implementing a new idea. Everybody has to play. He said Lucha is ready to play, Maguire is back, but probably not ready to play yet. Euro is improving his fitness, and Luke Shaw's in good shape. We'll see if Shaw starts or not, but Amorim is saying there's going to be rotation. everybody's going to get a chance. We've got to rotate. Some players are coming back from injury, and we're implementing a new idea in terms of injuries. And I think there will be some rotation ahead of tonight's game. I will probably do a live stream around 4 o'clock ahead of tonight's game as well. Amorim then said, I saw a lot of things against Ipswich that we can improve. We will try and do it without a lot of training, but it's easy to see difficult things to implement in training and try and improve them for next game. I know it's a tough league with difficult games all the time, so we have to improve. Like I said, I hope you see different things. He said, I'm not worried about the ranking at the moment, where we are in the Europa League, where we are in the Premier League. I just want to win and make sure our team progresses. The idea is to win all the matches, but we have left in this competition. And I think Amorim's right. The idea is to win the matches, but I think we're at a stage where United, where getting an identity and progressing as a team and improving as a team and playing better football will result in the results coming further down the line. And I think that is the long-term plan. Guys, I tried to power through that last bit, so I don't want to make this video too long. I like to keep it to 10 minutes. But thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't already, please do go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe down below if you're new, because I will be back at about 4 o'clock for a live stream talking about the team news ahead of the Bodø/Glimt game. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.